Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Chat. I'm Leo, your host.
And I'm Mia, happy to be here with you all.
Today, we have a super important topic, especially for all of you who are learning English. We're going to talk about the top 10 mistakes English learners make.
That's right, Leo. And we want to make it easy to understand, so we'll use simple words and give clear examples. Our goal is to help you avoid these common problems.
Exactly. Think of this as your friendly guide. So, let's jump right in with mistake number 1. Mia, what's often the first big hurdle?
Mistake number 1 is translating word for word from your native language. This means you take a sentence from your first language and try to find an English word for each word.
Oh, I see this a lot. Like, if in your language you say, I have hunger, you might say, I have hunger in English instead of I am hungry.
Perfect example, Leo. English has its own ways of saying things. We don't always say I have for feelings. We say I am hungry, I am cold, I am tired.
So, the tip here is to try and think in English patterns, not just word for word.
Exactly. Moving on to mistake number 2, not using articles correctly. These are the small words like an, and the.
A, and the. They seem small, but they can be tricky. When do we use a or an?
We use a or an when we talk about one thing that is not specific. For example, I want a book. Any book will do. We use an before words that start with a vowel sound, like an apple.
And the?
The is for something specific. Please give me the book on the table. You know which book I mean. Many languages don't have these articles, so it's a new idea for learners.
That makes sense. Okay, mistake number 3. Confusing make and do. This is a classic.
It really is. Both make and do can mean to create or perform an action, but we use them in different situations.
Give us some examples, Mia.
We usually make something when we create it or build it. Like make a cake, make a noise, make a decision. We do something when we perform an action or a task. Do homework, do the dishes, do your best.
So, make is more about creating, and do is more about performing. Got it.
That's a good way to remember it. Now, mistake number 4, incorrect verb tenses. This means using the wrong time for an action.
English has many tenses, present, past, future, and all their different forms. It can be a lot to remember.
It can be. A common error is using the simple present when you should use the present continuous. For example, saying I eat now instead of I am eating now.
Or using the past simple when you need the present perfect. Like, I visited New York last year is correct, but I visited New York many times should be, I have visited New York many times.
Exactly. It's about understanding when the action happened and if it's finished or still connected to now. This takes practice.
On to mistake number 5, misusing prepositions. These are the small words like in, on, at, to, for.
Oh, prepositions are super tricky because there aren't always clear rules and they can change meaning. For example, I am in the car versus I am on the bus.
Or arrive at the airport, but arrive in London. It feels like you just have to learn them.
Often, yes, you learn them with common phrases. Depend on, listen to, good at. My advice is to notice them when you read and listen.
Good advice. Mistake number 6, forgetting to use s for third-person singular verbs in the present simple.
This is a small but important one. When you talk about he, she, or it in the present simple, the verb needs an s.
Like, he walks to school, not he walked to school. Or, she eats apples, not she eat apples.
Exactly. It's easy to forget, but it makes your English sound much more correct.
Mistake number 7, direct translation of idioms or common phrases. This goes back to mistake number 1, but it's more specific to sayings.
Yes, idioms are special phrases where the meaning is not clear from the individual words. If you translate "it's raining cats and dogs" directly, it sounds very strange.
Right. You wouldn't think it means it's raining very heavily. Or break a leg doesn't mean to actually hurt yourself, but good luck.
So, trying to translate idioms directly just doesn't work. You need to learn what the idiom means in English.
That's why listening to native speakers and reading helps a lot. You hear these phrases used naturally.
Definitely. Mistake number 8, confusing adjectives and adverbs.
Okay, so what's the difference again between an adjective and an adverb?
An adjective describes a noun, a person, or a thing. For example, a quick car. Quick describes the car. An adverb describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It tells you how something is done.
So, he drives quickly, not he drives quick. Quickly describes how he drives. Most adverbs end in ly.
That's the most common form, yes. But there are exceptions, like fast is both an adjective and an adverb. He is a fast runner, adjective. He runs fast, adverb.
English is full of little surprises like that. Mistake number 9, not practicing speaking enough.
Oh, this is a big one. Many learners focus a lot on reading and writing, which is good, but they don't speak as much.
And speaking is how you get comfortable using the words and grammar you've learned. It's how you build confidence.
Exactly. You might know all the rules, but if you don't open your mouth, it's hard to get better. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn.
Find a language partner. Talk to yourself. Record your voice. Join online groups. Just speak.
Yes. And finally, mistake number 10, giving up too easily or getting discouraged.
This is more about your mindset, isn't it? Learning a language is a journey, not a race.
Absolutely. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress, or you make the same mistake again and again. It's normal.
But if you stop, you definitely won't reach your goal. Every small step is progress.
Remember why you started learning English. Keep your goal in mind. Celebrate small wins. And don't be afraid to ask for help or take a short break if you need it. Just don't give up.
Wow, Mia, those are 10 incredibly helpful points. I think our listeners will find this very useful.
I hope so, Leo. It's all about being aware of these common pitfalls so you can avoid them or fix them.
And now, Mia, you said you'd go over some of the new words we covered today, just to make sure everyone understands them.
Yes, I will. Let's quickly review some important words from our chat today. First, we talked about translating word for word. This means changing each word from one language to another without thinking about the whole meaning. It often makes sentences sound strange. Then, articles. These are small words like and the that we use with nouns. They tell us if something is specific or not. We also discussed verb tenses. A tense tells you when an action happened, in the past, present, or future. For example, I walk present versus I walked past. Next, prepositions. These are small words like in, on, at, to, and for. They show relationships between words, like location or time. For example, the book is on the table. We mentioned idioms. These are special phrases where the meaning is not clear from the individual words. For example, it's raining cats and dogs means it's raining very hard. Then, adjectives. These words describe nouns, people, places, things. For example, a beautiful flower. Beautiful describes the flower. And adverbs. These words describe verbs, actions, adjectives, or other adverbs. They often tell you how something is done. For example, she sings beautifully. Beautifully describes how she sings. Finally, we talked about discouraged. This means feeling sad or losing hope because something is difficult. It's important not to get discouraged when learning English.
Fantastic, Mia. That's a great summary. It really helps to hear those words again with their simple meanings.
My pleasure, Leo. We hope this episode helps all of you English learners out there to feel more confident and avoid these common mistakes.
Remember, making mistakes is part of learning. The important thing is to learn from them and keep going. You can do it.
We love hearing from you. If you have questions or want us to talk about another topic, please leave a comment on our YouTube channel.
Yes, find us on YouTube by searching for Simple English Chat. We're only on YouTube, so that's the place to be.
Thank you for joining us today on Simple English Chat.
We'll see you next time.